God.
Do you feel
Terrible.
famous yet?
Do I feel famous yet? No, not at all. I feel terribly unfamous.
Are you sure?
I think having a book published makes me feel more like a loser than anything else ever has in my entire life. Because you expect something out of it. And it's going to be like...
what do you expect?
I don't know. You just assume that it's going to be something different. Do you know what I mean? It's
Celebrity?
going to change your life in some way. Not even celebrity or anything like that or riches. You just expect it's going to change your life. And it doesn't. You still just like take the bus to work and eat leftovers.
Yeah, it doesn't really change anything.
No, not at all. Nobody cares. Maybe, I don't know. Some people tell you, they're like, oh, it's a good thing that you did this. But like, at the end of the day, it doesn't, you know.
I mean, who are you doing it for anyway?
I don't know. Originally, I wrote my book out of revenge or spite. I thought it was a fun idea to write a book out of. You know, that was the reason. Because I didn't like that people were always saying that like you had to have a university degree to do something, and that bothered me. So
it's
like,
really
well, I'll
narrow-minded.
do something that you're supposed to have a university degree.
Yeah.
And without one, you know what I mean? Just to stick it to them. I thought that was a good idea. You know?
I think you nailed it.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I haven't even read your book, but I'm just really good at blowing smoke up people's asses.
Well, that's good. That's cool. Well,
Yeah.
At least it made me feel good.
It's my secret skill.
It's your secret skill. Short like the hose.
Being charming.
Yeah. Short like the hose.
I'm
all it is.
a Libra rising. What can I say?
You're Libra?
Rising.
What's that mean? I don't get that.
It doesn't matter.
When's your birthday?
It's December 25th. I'm a Capricorn like sun sign, but I have Libra rising.
Oh, okay.
And my moon is in Pisces.
I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah.
That's way too in-depth for, like, I don't know, whatever that, like, astrological shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just thought it was interesting, because I, like, meet a lot of Libras.
Libras can't commit.
Yeah?
I know that about Libras.
Me and my wife have been together for 15 years, and she's a Libra.
And balance.
Yeah?
An obsession with balance.
An obsession with balance?
Yes.
So maybe they could commit?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Potentially.
You know what I mean? You never know. That's the funny thing about that bullshit. It's like it could go either way, right?
Wow, I'm like literally filming the pyramid.
Yeah, but that's
cool.
better than us. Do you know what I mean?
I wish there was like a puppet show going on with the pyramid. Like that would really take a load off me.
Yeah, but just even the pyramid is an interesting thing because we're yapping about
Totally.
who gives a shit about anything. You know what I mean? And there's like this setting sun in the pyramid, I guess, in the back.
So you really haven't seen any Kenneth Anger movies?
I have, but not in a really long time.
Oh, okay. So which one did you see?
I don't remember, to be honest with you. I'm not that, like I don't have a good memory for shit
Did you
like
see
that.
Invocation? I mean, fucking fuck. Lucifer Rising.
I feel like I saw Invocation. Is that one? That was
Invocation I Do in Lover, yes.
I feel like I saw that one when I was
thinking
younger, but I don't remember watching a ton of them or anything like that.
Yeah.
You know?
I just think it's like funny that Bobby Beausoleil was like literally in that movie, and then several months later he's like joining the Manson family and is like the main catalyst for them committing the murders.
That's cool, you know.
It's not cool at all.
Really? You don't think?
I mean,
It's
that's kind of horrifying.
It is horrifying,
It's
but
cool,
that's what
it's
makes
horrifying.
it cool. Do
yeah,
you know
no,
what I mean?
it's
Like,
fucked
that's what's
up and
great.
cool, but horrifying as well.
I don't know, it's fun.
Like, why is Sharon Tate the sacrificial lamb of existence right now?
Yeah, she's really popular these days, eh? Do you
I
find
mean,
that?
it doesn't hurt to get, like,
I see her
murdered
on
like that.
Instagram all the time.
I mean,
yeah.
that was brutal beyond brutality. Like, she was, like, pregnant as fuck.
Yeah, 100%. Plus all the bullshit
like,
with like the
cut
writing on
up
the
the baby.
walls and the blood
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah, it was a really gruesome.
But, like, literally
fucking
cutting
scene,
a
man.
baby out of you. Like, killing you and your baby consciously.
Yeah, 1960s America wasn't really ready for that, were they?
No.
I don't think. You know?
I mean, everybody claims that's what ended the 60s. But I think that's bullshit.
No, the
I
Vietnam
think that was
War
a
ended up-
manifestation of the 60s.
Yeah,
I mean,
for sure. It's one of
these
those
were
gruesome
creations,
monsters
like
that you create because
Charles
of what it
Manson
was.
and Marilyn Monroe, you know, they were tragic figures.
Charles Manson's a real, like, I don't know, he's the American dream in a way.
He is, kind of. He's like the pimp. He's like the Hefner before the hef before the hef.
Yeah, like, but a really dirty
like
version of it.
Yeah, like dirty hef.
Because
Yeah.
there's always, like, a really, like, high-end American dream, but there's also the low-end American
Right,
dream. And he
right.
reached that with his, like, the fame and everything, and he did something different. Than, like,
Well, like being like a like I know now like how hard it is to be an indie publisher. Like thinking of something that people are gonna buy, they're gonna want. Like the Playboy like formula is brilliant.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you? Those
Until it
naked
stops
ladies
working.
and turn jazz
Until people
music,
get
whatever,
desensitized to that. And then what do you do?
Well, then you start hustling.
Yeah, and then what?
Well, then I don't know what then internet became around, I guess. Do you know what I mean?
Then you realize porn is everywhere and it's not about fucking porn. It's about art.
Yeah, or just like shocking people. Because that's what Hustler was about, I think. At the end of the day, it wasn't about.
Well, I think it was about being a more raw Playboy, like not so sanitized.
Yeah, but I think he was really into like just like let's see what I can take with the general public. You know what I mean? I think Larry Flint doesn't get a lot of like respect for what he did. You know what I mean? Like he changed American like North American values, because American values they're no different than what like Canadian values really are. But he changed that, and like what we were what's digestible.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean by that? Because like if he's showing this stuff, then slowly people are into it. Do you know what I mean? If it wasn't like it was always taboo, he wanted to push that taboo, and I think that's super artistic. You know?
Yeah, I think so. I agree.
Just to like push what people are willing to like eat. You know, if you feed someone shit and if they don't barf, that's a really good idea. You know.
Yeah.
You've done something artistically, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I think art is about communication.
Yeah. Say communication?
Yeah.
In what way? Yeah, because you're communicating with people, for sure.
People communicating with people.
Well, the idea of it, though, like, I wrote a book because I wanted, like, people to, like, identify with it. I didn't write a book because, like, I don't want people to identify with it. And I don't understand that about some artists, where they think, like, some people take art and they're like, it's supposed to be the most undigestible thing that they can, like, make. Do you know what I mean by that? Like a noise rock band or, like, I don't know, whatever. But that's just a bad attitude towards art, I think.
Yeah, no, it's shitty.
You're supposed to, like, I want this family across the street right now. Like, they have nothing in common with me, but I want them to be able to read my book and be like, oh, shit, that's a crummy experience. And, like, I can see that happening. To, like, maybe my brother or my uncle or whoever the fuck, or, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's the point of art, especially writing. Maybe not so with other forms.
Yeah, I think so. That's so meaningful.
Gee, thanks.
No, it really...
This is what I have to say on the street corner in Montreal, whatever the fuck time it is.
Yeah. What is it? 8:37.
Oh, that's terrible.
Wow.
I have to get up in the morning. Can you believe that?
That sucks.
It is a bummer.
Don't get up.
No, I have to.
Never get up again.
I would like that. That's a recurrent theme of mine, I think. Never getting up again. You know, I would really appreciate that. Just to sleep for a while.
Yeah, sleeping is nice.
But we were hanging out with that guy earlier today, and he said that he only sleeps like 1 or 2 hours
a night.
He can't sleep. That's crazy. I sleep maybe 3 to 6.
Yeah, I always sleep.
Really?
I have no problem sleeping.
What's that like?
Just
must be nice.
It's whatever.
Is it uninterrupted?
I still feel tired.
Do you sleep like 8 hours straight?
I sleep like 6, then I get like interrupted by the cats.
The cats, these dirty beasts.
They
Why
just
would
fuck
you keep
with me
them?
for like 5
But
hours.
otherwise, without cats, you would sleep. What do you think? 8, 10 hours?
I mean, probably 8 hours.
That's pretty cool. I can't imagine what that's like.
It's alright.
Is it restful?
No. You still feel dead inside.
Did you say you still feel dead inside?
Yeah.
Do you think that that's a common thing between like artists, that you feel dead inside some way?
I don't know.
My friend, I went home like, let's say it was like for a rough estimate 4 years ago, and my buddy was like, he hit a rough spot, and he was talking about how he was working as like a guy in like an armored car.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, what's that like? And he looked at me in the eye and he goes, they're all dead inside.
Wow, that's like hardcore.
That is super hardcore, but I also think that that's something that an artist would say.
It's totally something that.
Do you know what I mean?
Totally.
To like notice that is like very artistic. To like think that like all these people are dead inside. Right?
Yeah.
Incidentally, I visited him since then. He seems better.
That's good
Yeah,
for
right.
him.
Yeah, for sure.
Good for him.
Yeah, still a guard.
Whoever he is.
Still an armored car guy. But just didn't seem less. He seemed a little less like bummed out in the world.
That's good.
But it's interesting to think that like maybe everybody who's got a gun with this fucking and they're passing off $250,000 to a bank and they're just as dead inside as I am.
Yeah.
But what they choose to like, well, I'll get a gun and I'll handle all this money and maybe I'll be a cop one day.
Yeah.
Right? But I just like, you or I would write a book.
Yeah.
Or do paint a picture. You know what I mean? Like what people do.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting.
To like quell that urge of like, I'm dead
Yeah.
inside. What am I going to fill it up with? Where am I going to get this clean landfill?
Yeah.
And then it doesn't work.
You know what I'm thinking about right now?
What are you thinking about right now?
I really have to pee.
Me too, dude.
But I don't want to stop recording.
That's fine. We'll just hold it.
Should we just like
Go into an alley and piss? That would be pretty fun.
I guess we kept recording.
But
I don't know if we could do that. But.
I don't know where you're gonna go. Like I can go anywhere.
I'm good at crashing.
Yeah, but there's not a lot of like cover around here.
No, there's
You have
like a lot
to
of
admit that.
traffic here.
There's a lot of traffic.
I'll just piss myself. Fuck it.
That's fine.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
I won't piss
I'm
myself.
too much of a lady.
Too much of a lady to piss myself? That's
Yes,
probably something
I
your
am.
grandmother is probably would be proud to hear,
So
right?
proud. That's good.
That's too bad. There's no like pissoir here or anything. You know?
What?
Like a public toilet or anything. You know?
I know, like,
It's
people are
interesting.
missing out.
It's interesting to me in like a city where like everybody drinks outside. There's no places to piss,
I'm amazed.
right? Like you think
Actually,
they'd
in
make
Denver,
that.
they decriminalized it because there's so many homeless people pissing outside. It would just like flood their prisons because too many people are pissing outside.
Denver,
make it a
there's a real
criminal
hot spot of like.
Yeah,
things
everybody's
that-
just like high and pissing outside. Like,
That's cool.
it's
though.
kind of chill.
Denver, I don't know.
There's a lot of places to hang out.
That would suck to be a homeless person in Denver. I
No,
think.
it's like a mecca for homeless people. It's like what San Francisco used to be.
But it seems like it would be really cold. at
Well,
certain
no,
points of
I
the
mean
year,
not
right?
when it's cold. Like when it's nice out, it's like
That's
gonna be a
when they travel
milder
there,
summer than like everywhere else because it's such a cold place.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying, but it gets warm like easily. Like by March, it's probably warm there. I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
I always see pictures of Americans and they're like swimming, and it's like I still have like a hoodie and a toucan, and like a vest. Do you know what I mean? Like I've been wearing a lot of clothes. I don't know. America seems really nice to me because you guys have all these places. I don't understand when somebody lives in like New York or like Chicago. Like why would
Yeah.
you do that?
I mean, Chicago, I don't know, because the weather is like garbage.
But that's more like
But
Canadian
New
weather.
York, you're like, you get a lot out of being in New York, depending on what your career life path is.
It's, whatever my fucking life path was, I would prefer to be somewhere warm doing it.
Yeah.
Even if I wouldn't get as far necessarily, right? Like,
I
who
wish
cares?
like places like Key West were like what they used to be like in the 30s,
like fucking dope place
like
to be.
actual
yeah,
like
the hot
art
spot,
hangouts.
yeah.
Like now it's just like fucking t-shirt shops. Like they've ruined it.
That would be fine for me. I make
I know.
t-shirts. I could work there. I could get a job in Key
Go-
West, is what you're saying?
Go be the pimp of Key West.
No, I don't want to be a pimp. I just want to be the guy
Yeah,
who
you
works in a
do.
shitty fucking t-shirt
Look at
shop.
him. He wants
No.
to be the pimp of Key West.
I want to be the guy who nobody knows in the
Said
background, who might be angry and be left alone.
Said it.
That's best. I didn't say shit.
He said he wants to be the pimp of Key West.
Okay, fair enough. That'd be
That's
better than, I guess. I don't know. I'm just saying I can make money maybe
So what are your plans as the pimp of Key West?
there. I have no plans at all, ever.
That's
Who has
all.
plans? Do you have plans? Do you have like a 5-year goal? Is that something you do as a writer?
Yeah, I'd like to write more books to make more money.
But that's just like, that's like anybody could say that. You don't have like, okay, 6 months from now I need to have an agent. And then I have to
No,
have
I don't
another
care
book
about that.
written.
I just want to like grow as a writer.
Do you have an agent? Is
No.
that something that's important to you?
No,
That's cool.
I feel like I'm my best agent.
Yeah?
Yeah,
That's smart.
nobody knows me like I do.
Fuck
I know how to
yeah.
whore myself.
There you go.
Nobody
Fuck
else
yeah.
does.
I agree with that.
I will
You know?
fuck my own inner child.
Yeah, I'm probably really
Yeah.
bad at being my own agent, but I totally agree with that. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather do it. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's not important to me to have an agent. I'm not a career-oriented writer.
It's
I don't
just
think.
like it's kind of a bullshit job.
An agent?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending
it's
on
a
their
weird
connections.
middleman.
If they have like really good connections, then legit get yourself that fucking good ass agent.
Yeah.
But the rest of them, like, they're just like trying to do a job and they don't know what they're doing.
Well, it's like you're mooching off somebody who has more talent than you.
No, they're
right?
hoping
Yeah.
they're gonna be their meal ticket.
Exactly, that's what it is.
They're
right?
show parents.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't like middlemen
It's
at
bullshit.
the end of the day. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Why
you don't
do you
need them.
someone else to do something for you?
Yeah, who
Like, I
needs
don't know.
that?
Cut out that bullshit.
You don't need it.
I don't know. That's cool though. You meet a lot of writers, and even if they come across as the type who wouldn't have like an agent, maybe they typically do. Do you know what I mean by that? And like I think that's.
There's
funny.
nothing wrong with having an agent. I mean, go for it. Like, try.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of it, I
whatever.
think, has to do with the chemistry between the people, like, and their principals.
Well, who knows? Maybe 6 months from now, I could have an agent. You know,
Yeah.
I'll never know.
Well, the thing is to find a good agent, like not an agent that's like chasing trends and like trying to bank off you or something. Like,
yeah, I don't
one
think I
that
could
like
the trend chaser,
is like,
that's
hey,
for
I
sure.
can do something for you.
Yeah,
like
I like your stuff.
I would like to work with you because I feel like we could do something really fucking cool together. If they don't say that to you, they're just like trying to use you.
Yeah, 100%. They're appealing to your vanity
Yeah.
or whatever. I would assume most of the time. Again, I don't know.
Writers have a lot of vanity.
A
So
ton,
yes,
and
it's one
that's
big
like
resource.
yeah, but I think every artist has a lot of
Yeah.
vanity.
Well, you want to be validated for what you do
yeah, exactly.
at some point.
Well, and it's especially with, well, you said
Because
with
it's such a
writer,
lonely endeavor.
you're telling your stupid story, so it's like you want to yeah, you need to validate it at some point.
Yeah.
Or not. Who knows? Who
I gotta
cares,
pee
really?
so fucking bad.
Me too, for sure.
Fuck.
We're good. We got 16 minutes.
I feel like, what if you just like talk to this? And I'll
What if I talk to this? I don't want to
Be
get
back
I'm just
there.
going to sit here and say
Just,
nothing.
like,
Promise.
talk.
I promise I will say nothing if you go.
okay, say something.
No.
Just take it.
Okay.
Stare at it with sultry. Give it your bedroom eyes.
Where are you going to go? Really?
Maybe.
Okay. I have faith in you. At least you passed the camera. That's pretty funny. Here she goes.
This is a good video.
You pissing behind this fucking thing?
Don't film me doing it.
Yeah, I'm totally going to film you doing this.
Wait.
Get the fuck out of here.
let's go back.
There's going to be families coming by for the next 10 minutes. It doesn't matter. If you're going to piss, you're going to piss. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. What you gonna
I
do?
can't do it if I'm like nervous.
Okay, I'm
You're
sorry.
stressing me out.
Put your phone down. You'll be fine.
I don't trust you with my phone.
Why would I do anything with your phone? You don't trust me with your
Okay.
phone. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, here she
I'm gonna
goes.
wait till everybody walks by.
Here she goes. Live, on air. Leza taking a piss.
I'm not gonna be able to pee at all of these top.
What's that?
Don't talk.
No, we're gonna talk.
No, don't talk or I can't pee.
Sure you can. But we'll talk about, it's funny, this is the one time there's been no people here for at least 20 minutes. So you got super lucky. Oh shit.
Keep talking.
Okay, cool.
Like nobody's talking.
Yeah, we're just talking about nothing. We're not taking a piss or anything. Behind a fucking
Stop.
bench with a person you just met 4 hours ago. Let's just, say that
I
for
haven't
sure.
been pissing outside.
Oh, me too. I love it.
It's like weirdly empowering.
Especially for a woman. Like, men piss outside all the time. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's a little bit harder.
That's way harder for women.
Yeah.
Plus, it's seen as like a real. It's a more rebellious act for a woman than it is a man. Do you know?
Really.
Don't you think?
I mean, I'm biased, but I guess I would agree.
You're biased, but you would agree for sure.
I mean, considering that's what I'm doing.
Well, but still, it's way easier for me to take a piss right now versus
Oh,
you.
it's totally easier.
I could do it by that tree over there. Nobody would bat an eyelash.
Right. I'm glad there's not rose bushes back here. Can you
Come
pause
on.
for a minute?
I thought you wouldn't trust me with your phone.
I need to now.
Okay. Well, now I'm going to do some fucked up shit on your phone. What? No, I'm not gonna fucking make some
I have a ninja.
nude calls.
I'm a ninja.
There you go. We did it.
Total ninja.
The bushes
Total
have been
ninja.
watered.
Nobody noticed.
Nobody noticed. Maybe one guy with his
But
chihuahua.
he was like, whatever.
I think he was I think he was into it. Maybe.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, that's better than the opposite.
I made his night.
You know what I mean? You made his week.
That's my purpose for coming to
That was his Saint Jean
Montreal.
Baptiste. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He made a man's
Girls
fucking.
pissing in the forest.
Yeah, he saw a girl piss in a bush, downtown Montreal.
I'll piss anywhere.
Who wouldn't want to see that?
I'll piss anywhere.
I think some people would pay to see that.
I'll piss anywhere.
I'm probably gonna drop this computer pretty soon.
No, don't drop it.
Are you serious?
This is like a great angle.
Oh, really? Okay, maybe. I don't know. It's just my thumb hurts really bad. I might drop it on the ground.
What if you put it between your legs?
Like this?
Yeah.
Maybe, I guess.
You hold it with both hands.
Yeah. No, I'll hold it with this hand.
There you go.
There we go. No, it's not good because we don't see both of those.
That doesn't matter. You can, choose what you focus on.
I can. So that'll be not me then. Right?
Okay.
That's what I will choose to focus on. I don't know.
No, it's fine. You can do it.
I prefer to focus. Yeah, this is good. Yeah.
It's neutral.
It's neutral. It doesn't matter at all.
That's a hell of a dress. Damn.
That
velvet.
red dress? Was it red velvet?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. Really?
Red velvet fucking
I'm
mini
impressed.
dress. That was so hot. That was so Madonna, Dick Tracy.
Madonna, Dick Tracy? That's been a minute, eh? How
So
old were
hot.
you when that movie came out?
I
Were
think
you
I was
alive?
8. Yeah.
I don't know when the fuck.
It
I
actually
must have
changed
been
my life.
You might have
So I
been
was
12.
I
I don't even think I've seen it.
I need to be Madonna. It changed my life. I learned to sew because of that movie. Because her outfits were so hot. I wanted them.
She
So
wanted to make those costumes.
I
eh?
taught myself to sew so I could dress sexy like
That's
that.
really cool.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
I don't think that's weird at all. That's really fun.
It was fun. It was very fun.
But of all things, it's like Dick Tracy starts you. I get it. It's if you're, later in life, you're like, oh yeah, Dick Tracy started me on my fucking artistic journey. It's that's not exactly the coolest thing to say.
I mean, I think Madonna showed me what it was like to be a woman.
Yeah.
I think I saw her being a woman. And I was like, that's hot. She makes it look fun.
Wants.
She's doing whatever she wants. No, she's told. I mean, she literally I would not go to this extreme, but she literally has used men as sperm donors.
Yeah.
Lourdes' dad. No offense to you, Madonna, or Lourdes, if you're listening to this, which they won't.
No, never.
But
Years.
he was a sperm donor, and he never was gonna be a dad. She was just you're hot.
This is what
I need
want.
a baby. We're fucking. Might as well.
Yeah.
I want your sperm. He's like, fine, whatever. You crazy bitch. Take my sperm. You're Madonna.
Why not? Right?
Take it. And Lourdes is gorgeous.
I wouldn't even know. I'm so far removed from pop culture.
It's the only culture I care about.
It's interesting because you brought up so much pop culture tonight.
It's all I care about, really.
I have zero idea what you're talking about.
I think everything else is
80% of the
stupid.
time. Really?
Everything that everybody else is consumed with, I don't care about. This is what I care about.
But don't you think most people are consumed with pop culture?
In a different way, I think.
What do you mean?
Just less obsessive, less thinking about how it relates to their life.
I think a lot of people think about it that way. I think that's the more common way to think about it. No?
Yeah.
But I don't think about other things either. I don't think about politics.
I don't think about politics anymore. I think it's I think it's fucking boring.
I think it's all boring. It doesn't affect me.
It's predictable,
I just think that it doesn't affect me.
Well, it doesn't. That's the thing. That's the problem.
Unless, I don't know, I've said this before,
a lot of this is an illusion.
Unless, a hugely, French, government comes into, prominence here, I don't give a shit. It changes my life, zero,
Same. Yeah, same. I was, I feel like I was in shock when, Trump became president. I definitely was. But I feel like I've had witnessed other moments in history where it actually didn't look as strange as it seemed. And I realized I wasn't gonna be able to do anything unless I just followed my own reality.
Yeah. It's not going to change your day to day.
I mean, unless I want to get involved in politics, like, I should just shut my face. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Who gives a shit what I think about whatever?
It doesn't matter.
Who cares?
I really don't think that it matters. And, like, your vote doesn't change a lot of things, you know? And it's like, whether it's, like, Trump or whoever the fuck he ran against or whoever he's going to run against in the future.
We know they're all a piece of shit on some level.
Yeah, it's just a scumbag fucking thing to do, you know? Or it's like somebody who's being super vain, I think, too, right?
No, totally.
Like, and I don't think Canadian politics is any different. It's just less sensationalized.
I noticed that in Europe when we were there on our honeymoon. Not you and me, but me and my husband.
Yeah.
Our new time listeners. When I was watching the, like, just local cable access, like, it was really weird seeing how their commercials and how their shows were kind of not really designed to, like, seduce. They were kind of like, okay, now we're doing this thing, like, this is the intro, this is an ad, like, it was just, like, very meat and potatoes, like, dry.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, we're over this shit. Like,
yeah, Americans.
And it was so weird, though. Like, this is not American culture. American culture is all about seduction.
And, like,
constantly.
You need it. It's like
every interaction. If you're not seducing someone else, they're fucking you over, and that's the American way.
Well, like, CNN really ruined that. I think, like, your all-day news channel really changed things where people needed to be, like, seduced into the news. Or seduced.
I mean, it's unpleasant. Obviously, you have to be seduced, I guess, to a certain degree.
Yeah, but I think it's like, you don't have to be. It's like, I think that, like, it's just the way that went.
Yeah.
It became like a movie culture where it's like, well, if movies are doing it, then the news has to do it. It has to be sensationalized. Everything has to, like, American culture is about sensationalizing everything, in my opinion. You know, it's like, we're close, Canadians, but we don't sensationalize things the same way, you know. Whether it's like the Canada Day from now is like a week from now, no one's going to give a shit. Realistically, there won't be people out waving flags, but I'm sure in America, it's like, wow, it's, July 4th, fuck yeah, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
We're not that type of people, I don't think, too. So it's weird for us to watch it. And then we see so much of it, too, because, like, we're so close to you guys.
Yeah, no, I think the United States is a toxic country.
Yeah, I think it's a bad culture.
I think if you can embody toxic masculinity and what is wrong with it, you could look at America and its relation to the world.
Yeah, for sure.
And not just America, but all the conquerors of all time.
Yeah, because it's like
always,
bully culture.
Because you always notice these patterns, these relationships of like, and it's like rape culture. It's like, I want something. How do I, manipulate you or fuck with a situation to get what I want? Versus, hey, I'm like actually connecting with you. Let's figure out how we want this relationship to be beneficial. Then, like, say a business arrangement could come forth, like, oh, I will trade you these goods for that goods. That sounds like a good deal. And those were like the smart people who were like, hey, let's not just fuck with each other's heads. Let's fucking work together.
Let's just do it easy.
And that's capitalism. This thing that people think is so evil. That's what that is, like, to its core.
Yeah.
Of course, it's easily corrupted, just like everything else.
I just think North American capitalism is like, it's like next level capitalism because, like,
yeah,
we're like sitting across from a place that sells like sandwiches and lasagnas and whatnot, and nothing's stopping me from like renting the place right next door and selling the exact same thing, right? Whereas in Europe, they would never let you do that. You'd be like, this would be the one place that sells sandwiches, and then I'd be the guy next door who sells lasagna, and then you know what I mean by that. So it's like free market capitalism is like a little too much.
Yeah, I think anything without any kind of checks and balances is too much.
It has to be checked. You know what I mean?
I think that's why communism failed, as far as its like real world experiments, because even though it was well intentioned, it inevitably led to the fall of empires who are still attempting to rebuild themselves through crime, i.e., Russia. You are the fucking baller country of the world. Like, do you not get this, Russia? Like, you're amazing.
Yeah.
Everything is amazing. You don't really have to try that hard. And it's like, no, I'm gonna like fuck everything up as much as I can. I know I can get away with it because I'm fucking Russia, bitch. And we're like, yeah, you are fucking Russia, bitch.
Yeah, we're not gonna fucking really.
Putin looks hot riding on a horse without his shirt on, so fun.
Yeah, he looks tough as fuck, right?
Yeah, he's like a real man. It's like,
well,
that's a real man.
He's like an old school ruler.
Right.
Like if you had been like
It's
King
the
Arthur, you'd be like you're at the front of the battle,
real king. Yeah.
the sword on
Like
the
you
horse,
can picture
and
him
you're cutting him up.
You.
Yeah, exactly. Putin would
He's got the
actually,
muscles.
exactly. He would be at the front of the. If he could go out there and they'd let him, he would fight people.
Yeah,
sure.
he's like the perfect old world warrior. Unfortunately, we don't live in the old world anymore.
No.
Those skills are depleted, which is hilarious because it's like a lot of people are losing their jobs, which is not hilarious, but because of mechanization. But also the highest positions, such as ruler or king of a land, it's really hard if you're not like plugged into how to navigate that world.
Yeah, because it's a lot different than what would have been like. You lead by example. Now it's like you lead by like
or instinct.
That too.
You just act on instinct.
But that's example too, I think.
And some people just have that ruler instinct.
Yeah.
It's called sociopathy.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it actually
But you're just
is,
like,
right?
I am obsessed with everybody doing what I say. How do I make this happen? Like,
and then you do.
I need this to happen or I'll go insane. So
Yeah.
I'm going to make this happen. And weirdly enough, I don't know, I've thought about it a lot, and I feel like actually a lot of people, despite like whether or not they have like a mental illness of any kind, they do resort to sociopathy because it is a survival strategy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I think people choose to what degree they're gonna like go there.
Yeah, like
they're
what you'll do for
I can
it.
do this. Whoa, I can do that. Like,
Well, maybe.
everybody has that realization where they're like, I can do this.
And you're like, oh, I could manipulate people.
And then you're
this
like, well,
way or
how
that
will I
way,
use
you know?
this? And will I use it? It's like a huge choice.
But that's morals, right? When you get into it. Like,
Yeah.
how much I'm going to manipulate the people around me
Yeah.
to do what I want to do, I guess, you know?
And also, like, your own intentions with existence itself.
Yeah, how
Like,
evil
what do you want out of life, you know?
That's an interesting question. Who knows what they want out of life? Though?
I think
Because
I
it
want to
changes
live
all
it.
the time, you know?
I think the most I can expect out of life is to actually live it.
Everybody lives it, though, right? No matter
Yeah,
what you do,
there's
you're living
levels,
it.
though. You can be, like, in it, or just, like, skating on the surface.
No, for sure. I get that. And, like, I don't know. I like to live it, too. I like to, like, mix it up or whatever, because it's more fun, you know what I mean? Like, I avoid, like, literary circles, things like that, because I don't find them, like, very interesting to me.
Yeah.
So I like to, like, live it, you know
People
what I mean?
often repeat themselves.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know.
A lot of times, like, literary podcasts are like, what's your inspiration? What's your this? What's your that?
Yeah,
Like,
it's just a boring, like...
it gets kind of, like, tiresome. Like, who cares, honestly? Like...
But I also don't think, like, a lot of the, like... What are you doing? You're sitting there and you're writing. You're not really doing anything with your life. Do you know what I mean? So to, like, just surround myself with other writers seems really boring to me because then I'm not a part of, like, anything that's actually interesting, you know?
Yeah.
Because the thing to my wife today is, because, like, where I work and where I live are very similar in that there's a lot of people with, like, addiction issues and, like, just, like problems or whatever. But where I live, it's, like, motivated by style in a way because they're into punk rock music or, like, because they all dress in a certain way or, like, they all wear certain things. Whereas where I work, it's very different. They're actually people with, like, real fucking problems. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Like, they're, like, living lives, and it's like I, like, routinely speak to people who have, like, been in prison for, like, 6 or 7 months, and they get out or whatever, but, like, what they do and what happens in the building where I live is very similar, but it's, like, it's a weird choice that happened. And I was saying that it probably comes down to whether you have a living relative that gives a fucking shit about you or not. You know what I mean? If you don't have that, then it's like, it's tough to make it day to day.
Yeah, no, it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know. Because, like, I don't really, like, at the end of the day, I can't call my family and be like, oh, shit,
Right.
I'm a month late on my rent, please help me or anything. Like, they're not going to give me the money. You know
I used to be able to, but then they lost it, so I can't anymore.
When did you lose contact? Like, do you have contact, though? Do you still...
No, I have contact. They just don't have money.
Because I think I lost, like, me publishing a book was, like, the final nail in the coffin.
No,
Me
they
having,
love
like,
me.
a family.
They're proud of me. They're just shitty at life.
That's cool, though. I'd prefer that.
I still love them, though, but, like...
My family's not necessarily shitty at life. They're just, like...
I mean, they're good at certain things, but, like...
We're all good at certain things. I'm shitty at life. I would definitely put myself in that qualification.
Yeah, I'm generally shitty at life.
Really
it helps to have somebody in your life that's, like, in reality, it helps a lot.
If it wasn't for my wife, I'd be a dead man.
No, if it wasn't for Christoph, I don't know what I would be doing right now, honestly.
Like, I often say that. I tell her, I'm like, I would have drank myself to death by now if it wasn't for you. Like, I couldn't pay the rent every month. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that stuff is hard.
It is hard. I was never meant for this life.
No, I wasn't. I was meant to be somebody's sugar baby.
I was meant to be a beast.
In Venice.
I should have been a fucking dog. Or
You'd have been a cute dog.
An orangutan or something. That would have been a better life for me.
Like a ski dog?
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Those are cool.
Those are great, you know? Yeah. They have a good life. Not too bad, I don't think.
Ski dog.
There's people in this park now I have to piss really bad, and it's like...
Yeah, I feel so good that I did it.
I'm impressed. You picked the perfect time.
I know. No, I'm good at this shit.
Well, whatever.
It's an art form. No, you can't do it now, actually. But
it's just two women.
It'll be really obvious if you do it.
Well, of course it'll be obvious. I think everything I do is very obvious.
Yeah, wait till I leave. They're gonna literally be watching you take a piss.
I don't even mind.
No, but they'll know it.
Yeah, I know.
There's so many people.
No, right now it's terrible. It's like that's like the bars let out at 3 a.m. or whatever. Because all right, you got to go home.
If only they were just slightly drunker and didn't notice.
Exactly. That's the thing. Nobody's that drunk right now, especially for a national holiday.
That'd be so funny. Though they all stopped and watched you piss.
I'd turn around. One time we went. Where were we? We were in Toronto. My wife and I. We were hanging with a friend, and it was like this Nuit Blanche thing. I don't know if you have that. In the States do that, where it's like an all-night art thing, so you can walk around, you can see all these art exhibitions, and it happens here, it happens in Toronto, it happens in like European cities too. We were walking around, and like my wife and her friend had to really go to the bathroom, and I was like, oh, I'll just piss so everybody can see me, so nobody will see you. So I just turned towards this huge crowd and took a piss.
Chicks are so
so I could hide them from pissing. I know, they're going to roll a joint. Really? I think they seem like the kind of type of girls who would
Unless they're dying to see your cock.
No, nobody's ever been dying to see my cock. 0 people. That's not a thing that's ever happened.
Maybe you could go like...
Yeah, but then you can't film it. It seems unfair that if you had to be filmed while you were pissing, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
The random pissing.
Well, I also feel like emboldened that if you had to piss on the screen, then I should have to as well, right? Isn't that the roll of the dice?
That would be nice, but like, I understand the situation's a little more complicated for you.
No, that's actually the opposite, isn't it?
I mean, I was able to crouch and like be super subtle. Like you were a giant. You're gonna whip out your cock.
No,
like somebody could have noticed. No, they won't. There'll be suspicions. No, like do it over there with the tree.
There'll be suspicions.
Yeah, they'll think you're like jerking.
No, they won't. Who does that in the fucking park anymore?
No, they're probably gonna think that.
1995. Who the fuck does that? Jerks off in the park. Warp. Yeah, dude, that's insane. He's just jerking off in the park. It's fine. When I was a kid, there was this story that like. So I grew up in a small town. There was only 1,200 people, and there's these two like girls who are like maybe like a year or two younger, and they were like really attractive, and they were like swimming at this one point, like off the beach or whatever, and they caught another girl who was a little bit older's dad jerking off while they were like swimming. Like how grody is that?
Awkward.
Yeah, exactly.
Gross.
Awkward. You know. Small town life.
I mean, young girls are going to be hot regardless.
Young girls are going to be hot.
It's just a fact of existence.
Fact of life. There's nothing you can do about it.
How you handle yourself.
Maybe you shouldn't jerk off to them while you're down at the beach, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Call me old-fashioned.
Wait, did you see Escape from Tomorrow, the Disney movie? The movie shot at Walt Disney World.
No, I have not seen it.
Oh my god, it's like so cool.
Is it a horror movie?
No, I mean like, no. It's like, it kind of is, but not really. It's the last, like, 5 years.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of modern movies.
It was actually really cool, because, like, they shot it. No, listen. He shot it at Disney World
Yeah, I remember
without
hearing
permits, like just on I mean not on the flight because they planned it out.
Yeah,
obviously,
yeah.
But, like,
But he went
they
in there.
did it,
They
and like
did.
it's so well shot.
That's cool.
It's cool. It's like this dad, and he's there with his family. He's like 2 kids and his wife, he and his wife are just like not getting along at all. And they split up, and he goes with his daughter, and she goes with his son, and he starts having like a bad trip there. So it's like Twisted Disney, like
That's
when they're
cool.
on the Small World thing.
Yeah.
And he goes in this
that
weird
seems
ass.
like a good place to have.
Yeah,
a
that's where
fucking
it
trip,
starts. You know that's where it starts.
Yeah, of course.
And it's really fucked up because it's like more than that. It's not just that he has a bad trip, but like there's really a real conspiracy theory, like something is happening, and like he sees more. It's cool.
One minute, we'll check.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm sure I'll forget.
Well, we'll have this
You'll have
thing
to
to
text me
remember
that
it by.
later. Yeah. I'll unfortunately have this thing to remember it by. This horrible
Oh
nightmare.
god, this is like the worst angle ever.
No, it's the best thing.
We both look like fat, tiny-headed like ogres.
Yeah, but that's fun. And people think
my
differently
God.
of us, you know what I mean? What do you think this guy had a delicious sandwich here? I'm pretty into that.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to think what kind of food I can eat on the way home.
You're still hungry?
No, I'm not hungry at all, actually.
We ate that poutine shit that was like, oh my god.
I don't know.
Gross.
I was saying to my wife,
I would like not eat that voluntarily. Like I kind of knew what
Really?
it was. Like I'm like, it's a pile of mashed like French
Maybe.
fries with like fucking barbecue sauce and shit on them. Like,
no, at the end of the day,
I don't wanna eat that.
you went to the wrong place. I
well,
said to my
we just
wife,
didn't want
though,
to stand
too.
in line.
I know, but that place where you stood in line would have been the wrong place too.
Oh.
Do you know what I mean by that? Like, it's not like a real like poutine place. It's not
Okay.
a casse croûte, really. And I laughed with my wife. I was like, I guarantee you, they're going to fucking Bankies today. And then,
Oh,
like,
man.
you texted me, like, 5 minutes later, and it's like, we're going to Bankies. And it's like,
Oh,
of
my
course
God.
you are, man. The place sucks. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's just
whatever.
not where I would have taken anybody. You know? I think there's better places in Montreal to eat that slop. Because that's what it is. It's
Yeah.
fucking slop.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's what it
Right?
is.
But, like, slop is, like, they love it here. They love a good slop, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I learned. Like, after moving to Toronto, it's like, it was really hard to, like, I probably gained, like, 25 pounds moving
Wow.
here. Just from, like, eating garbage food.
Damn.
It's everywhere and so delicious. And I love it.
I think I had my favorite pasta in Venice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
I had like it was like black sauce octopus.
Mm.
It was like cool.
Do you eat a lot of seafood? Not
I like
everybody will eat
seafood.
octopus, right?
I'll eat almost anything seafood wise.
Me too. I
I like
won't cook
seafood.
it, but I'll definitely eat
I like
it.
that it exists and I like to eat it.
I think it's delicious.
I would never eat a dolphin though.
Yeah, but you probably have if you've ever eaten tuna. Right?
Oh no, don't say that.
No, but that's the typical, the general idea, no?
Are you serious?
Yeah, because that's why they had all those dolphin-free things in the 80s, because like so much dolphin was in there.
Oh yeah.
So like tuna places had to be like, oh no, there's no dolphin in here.
Yeah, that's
But now
depressing.
nobody cares about dolphins, so there's plenty of dolphins
What?
back in there. What?
I still care about dolphins.
Yeah, but not on like a grander scale, I don't think. Like, it goes in fashion and it goes out. You know what I mean? Like, of course, people care about dolphins. Don't get me wrong. But, not
Poor
like
dolphins.
it, you know, not like they did.
Dolphins just keep getting fucked
Of course.
over and over again.
They sure do.
Poor dolphins. They're so smart too.
That's the thing. They make you feel bad. That's why I feel bad eating the squid, though, too, because they're super smart, right?
Really?
Aren't they?
I don't know.
No, they like get out of cages and stuff. An octopus.
Oh
too.
yeah.
They're super smart. They're smarter than like most of your animals. We don't eat squirrels, and they're at least less smart than a fucking squid. For
Definitely less smart. Yeah, they just have all those arms. So
Sure. So I'm trying to like find it out to go piss somewhere. Because
you're fucked.
Yeah, I know. Between the girls and the
You
sandwich.
just gotta piss yourself.
Yeah. I'm not gonna piss myself.
Just be a man and don't piss. Develop a bladder problem like every other man.
Is that what men do? Maybe that's why men make fun of me so often, because I
If you
don't.
hold your piss when you have to, like, repeatedly, you will give yourself a bladder infection.
But do you
and
think men do that?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not a guy, so I wouldn't know.
No, I don't.
I know I have to pee a lot.
I pee all the time.
I pee a, like, ridiculous amount.
But I drink a ton of water.
Yeah, I drink a lot of beer and a lot of water.
Yeah,
so
exactly. All I drink is diuretics.
all the
It's
time.
coffee, beer, and
like,
water.
I feel like every con is, like, literally hydration, pissing. Hydration, pissing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
the con
exactly.
experience.
Me too, exactly.
And lines, and hydration, pissing, and just sitting in that piss smell and just trying to piss.
Okay, I'm gonna go pee behind this tree.
Okay.
You can film me if you
Hopefully
want.
that guy doesn't get mad.
Shit. So the old guy there in the white shirt, he totally got an eye for the guy.
You Rainer?
Yeah, while I was peeing.
You like what you saw?
No, he didn't like what he saw. There was a grumpy face for sure. Yeah, he was
too small.
Probably, maybe. I don't know. What an old married man thinks of my penis.
Wow.
I'm not terribly concerned though.
Boss move.
Boss move, really?
Yeah.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I'm not here to. Oh, it's get off the women, maybe.
Exactly. It's getting dark.
Yeah.
So kind of like.
It is getting dark.
Here we go.
Like it's just plaid and graffiti.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It runs into each other.
Looks good. Been talking for 47 minutes.
Is that pretty good? How long do you do a fucking little...
A lot of times it goes to an hour and a half because we just get lose track of time. It's been cool hanging out here.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's like super chill.
Yeah, no one bothered us, you know.
Yeah.
That's always a plus, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a
I don't
weird
know, he's
neighborhood.
gone.
He just had to eat his little pulled pork sandwiches. Now he's gone. Probably said that too loud.
Just didn't like watching the pants.
He didn't watch.
Turn him off so much.
I would be bummed out if someone peed while I was eating my pulled
Imagine
pork
eating pork
sandwiches.
sandwiches and watching someone just yank out his dong.
Yeah, but maybe that's probably in Germany somewhere. That's like a thing.
That would
you
probably
pay
get
money.
so many
You pay
people
money
off.
extra to it.
No,
Like,
totally.
really? I can eat a pulled pork sandwich and watch a guy piss?
I'm gonna eat and choke on this while I watch this
Yeah, dude,
magnificent
just-
cock do its business.
It doesn't have to be a magnificent cock. Just a mid-range,
Yeah,
second-tier cock
yeah.
doing its business.
What's a second tier cock exactly?
I don't know. I'm not a cock raider.
I mean, you just brought it up, so maybe you are the cock raider.
I guess maybe. I know. I don't want to be that guy.
Second tier cock.
I don't have enough fucking...
It'll forever be a mystery what that means.
What is the second-tier cock? I don't know.
Is that like mid-size but
Probably,
semi-impressive?
yeah. Semi-impressive, dude, at best. You know, very little girth.
Yeah, girth is important.
Is it? I don't know.
It's surprisingly
Yeah,
important.
surprisingly important?
Yeah.
So I have to take a drink.
Yeah, it's a chill spot. It's cool that there's like, it's like slowing down, like the
There's a lull out.
yeah, the
Right.
lull or whatever.
It's because everybody has to. Like, this is the wind down of Saint Jean Baptiste.
Yeah.
Everybody has to go to work tomorrow. We've all got to not be a piece of shit.
I don't gotta work tomorrow.
Well, I do, and it's going to be terrible.
I'm gonna get shit tomorrow.
I'm going to be really hungover. I won't. That's not. But then I always go to work hungover. I feel like I have this theory where it's like they don't deserve me if I'm not hungover. Like they don't pay me enough to not be hungover.
Wow,
Right?
that sounds arrogant.
Is it arrogant?
Sounds arrogant.
I don't think that's arrogant at all. I think that that's how every
So, like, you should be thanking me that I'm sober right now.
Or coming in and doing 100% or 90%, maybe. You know what I mean? Like,
So you're saying you're like 100% drunk is like equals 80% sober?
yeah, possible. No, it's hungover. Steve isn't probably working as hard. But I used to work in the shop, and people like there's these like they liked when I came in hungover because I was funnier.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard that. I've heard of people thinking they were funnier when they were drunker, but not when they're
I'm
hungover.
way funnier when I'm hungover.
Just because you're so miserable, or
it's all my defenses are down. I also understand French better when I'm hungover.
Interesting.
Because then, like, I attribute it to like I don't have any like my body can't put up all the defenses of not listening to people or like not ingesting a foreign language or whatever. It's just trying to like not die. So then I can like understand a foreign language really easily, or my French is easier. It comes easier when I'm really hungover. Yeah.
So your defenses are down, so you.
Yeah, and then I can just become like, yeah, exactly. Otherwise, I'd just be like this
robot,
fucking prick, you know.
Like you are.
Yes, yeah, as such, you know. You've hung with
just
me for
kidding.
4 hours, you know.
No, you're cool.
Sure.
Really cool. I like cool guys. I like cool people.
Everybody likes cool guys.
Well, who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool guys are cool.
Yeah, exactly. James Dean, he lived and breathed off of that, you know. If it hadn't been for cool guys, you know.
Cool guys make the world go round.
No, probably. I hope not. That would suck. If that's the case,
that's why it stopped.
I have a real dislike. I have a real sadness for what's going to happen if that cool guys make the world go round. And it's sadly probably, you're probably right when you say that, dude. And that's fucking inherently bad.
This is a cool street.
It is a cool street, right?
Yeah, I like it. It's like chill, but still alive.
I like it because not a lot of cars come down here. Like,
yeah,
you know what
nice.
I mean? It's just like the stupid little bricks
or
or
we're
whatever.
Sitting here talking to each other like idiots, and nobody said anything.
Yeah, no one's going to bother
51
you.
minutes.
No one's going to bother you in this city ever.
That's cool.
Or maybe they'll come down and be like, and they'll have their little story to tell or like whatever, and it's cool because you get a lot of people from like all over the fucking place here.
Yeah, it's cool. It feels
like a super multicultural city, right?
Yeah, it feels like a common ground.
Yeah, and like you get people like, oh, French fries in Canada suck. That's actually a recent thing that I had.
Really?
It happened to me last spring, and I was like, or last fall maybe, this like Belgian guy was like, French fries. They're terrible here. And then I started thinking about it.
he would say that, though.
But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, the French fries here do suck. They're like a sloppy bag of wet potatoes a lot of the time.
You know where I had the best French fries?
Where?
In Venice.
Really?
And it was actually a Belgian potato shop.
See, so maybe he's got a higher grade
they were
of
like trying to do the Belgian potatoes.
So this Belgian man has a higher grade of French fried potatoes than I do.
They were perfect.
But French fries are big in Italy too, right?
It helped me from vomiting a lot of liquor I drank.
Nice.
Yes.
How long were you in Italy for?
Just a few days.
I want to go really bad. It seems fun.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I only saw Venice, so, like, I can't say, like, oh, this is Italy.
Yeah.
Milan seems cool. I don't know. I actually want to go to Rome. Like, people kind of brag on Rome, but, like, I feel like Rome was the center of civilization, for better or worse. Like, how can you not go see it?
Yeah, for sure, right?
Like,
I think
it's fucking
cool.
Rome. Like,
you know,
whatever your feelings are of it.
I don't love to give Italians credit for their civilization stuff because they take it a little far or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Between like, my publisher's Italian, and like, I worked for an Italian guy, and they both have places over there, so it's like it makes sense that I would eventually go to Italy, you know.
Do you have any area that you're interested in going to?
No, not even a little bit. I'm never interested in anywhere, ever I go. It's interesting as a writer, like the places I've went in the States too, because like I would never go to America. I would never be like, oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna take a vacation and go to America. So it's like when I went to New Orleans, I was like telling people, it's like I wouldn't fucking come here, and they're like, oh, that's crazy. Like why wouldn't you come here? You know what I mean? It's like it's weird to me, like where people go.
Yeah.
Like what you would spend your money on, like.
Oh, totally. What's your experience that you choose to have?
And like I have friends here too, and that's like my friend wants to get married in New Orleans, and it's like it just knew he went there, and him and his wife went there a couple of times. And they love it. And it's just like, but why? Like, I don't know. It was all right, you know. It's a place.
I'd get married in the graveyard there.
That'd be neat.
That'd
Maybe
be
with
hot.
one of those. It'd be more cool with one of those stomping bands with all the brass and all that going down the French Quarter. That seems more like getting married in New Orleans to me than like some stupid hotel or whatever.
Oh yeah, no, fuck that shit.
It's what people most people would get done.
Yeah, they'll pay for a designer experience.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what it is, a designer experience, you know? Like, no thanks.
That's what was cool about getting married in New York. Like, we got a park permit so they wouldn't, like, fuck with us, but, like, we were in a public space. Like, there was nobody, like, walking through the park had any idea what was going to happen. Like, they look over and there's, like, people getting married. So
yeah,
because
there could be drunks there. There could be all kinds of stuff hanging out
in the park.
It was,
like,
right?
A new experience for all of them.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the experience was, but I love that they had their own experience.
Yeah. So you're really married?
Yeah, we're really married.
Okay, because I'm not.
So you're really married. So why'd you say you were?
Because I've been with the same woman for like 15 years.
No, we got married last year in New York, in Tompkins Park.
So in my opinion, but I'm just as married as anyone else. I don't need the government to tell me I'm married.
Yeah. No, it's just handy.
It's just handy?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
What? Oh, my God. You make it sound like I'm like a...
Oh, my God.
I'm going to pee again.
Yeah, I know. That's cool. It's been an hour and a bit.
I pee so bad. And of course, now there's like a million people coming.
Dude, they don't even notice you.
I know.
Pop down. She does it. These old white ladies are never going to notice. No, they'll just make...
Talk about something else, but you're just like happily talking to yourself.
Yeah, I'm just going to talk about some stuff. It's about how, like, these white ladies, even if they see you pissing, they're just going to... It'll be like... It'll make their experience more urban. Oh, shit, here they come. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, she pointed at you, too, and everything. It's crazy. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. No, but you just make their experience better for what they came down for, you know what I mean? Because they're going to go back to the suburbs, and then they're going to tell fucking, you know, Mary Claire, whoever the fuck their friend is, about their urban fucking experience.
No, but nobody took a picture of me, though.
You'll never believe it. I saw this lady pissing and being recorded on a fucking laptop. The world we live in, Mary. The world we live in. It's really changed.
I seriously hate you right now.
You don't hate me at all.
I can't stop pissing.
That's good, you know. That's how I felt over there, too. When that man looked at my penis, disgustedly, like he'd seen better.
Wow. Because of the girth.
I don't know, but probably a bunch of things. You know
Not
what I
enough
mean?
girth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus all the warts.
Oh, fuck.
There you go. Do you often piss on your fucking...
What?
Do you often piss on your podcast?
No, I have never pissed on my podcast.
That's good.
Oh, yes.
I appreciate that. I'm
You're,
glad
you're important. You're special
it's the
enough for me
first
to
time.
piss.
It's like super on brand for me, too.
Do you
know
feel
what I mean?
awesome right now?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel all right.
I pissed twice.
Yeah, I know. It's an interesting experience.
Wow.
You know? You don't get to see that every day. You don't get to watch the person who's supposed to be interviewing you take a piss twice.
Yeah.
Once, let alone twice.
I'm a very professional interviewer. As you can see.
No, I don't know. All your podcasts kind of seem like everybody's drunk, so...
Usually, but not always. I think Scott McClanahan was pretty sober. I think he was kind of freaked out by me, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, why is she so high and wearing a panda head and barely talking to me?
Did you have a bunch of stuff laid out for that guy, or what?
No, I was just like...
You're just like, fuck it, let's just chat.
I read the Sarah book, and I really enjoyed it, and I was like, let's just talk.
Have you read his other books?
No.
To this date, or no?
Yeah. I don't read that much.
Okay, cool.
I
I like that. That's a great
weird,
admission for people.
unpredictable shit that people probably like the editor book, like
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Jackie being the editor. Like that was interesting to me.
But I think it's cool because, like,
I'm
if
reading
you
some
asked
D.H.
most
Lawrence
people,
now.
you would be like,
But yeah,
oh, do you read a lot? And I think any other writer would be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I read a lot.
I mean, Gustav reads a lot, but I just
I watch more TV.
Yeah, I think TV is more interesting.
Yeah, me too.
I love The Office. I'm like obsessed with The Office now. It's like
British or
ridiculously
American?
late American.
Have you seen it before?
I think I saw like an episode here and there, and I
Oh,
was
so you
like,
haven't seen the full series?
"This
like,
is
series.
depressing," and I just left it in my 20s, and now I'm watching it. And I'm just like loving it.
Where are you at?
I've watched the whole thing, but like it's spotty because I watch it for bed, so then it'll like play
You'll pass
and I go to
out
sleep.
first
So
a
there's
bunch.
like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
then I can like rewatch it and be
I
like,
hear
"Wait,
you.
that happened?"
Yeah.
So it's cool.
I like the end episode a lot.
I think it's a great show.
Really well. I don't know.
I don't think I've seen the actual final episode, but
so
I think
good.
it's such a great, brilliant.
They did a good
show.
job on that, I think. Even without Steve Carell, because he was like really good on that.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I mean, James Spader is gonna be cool in anything he does.
I guess I don't really know him as much, you know.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing I know him the most from is like The Office.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Watch fucking Crash and Secretary.
Like the David Cronenberg Crash?
Yeah.
Or the other one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I know him from that then. I remember that. I like David Cronenberg.
You know what's a cool movie that hardly anybody like talks about is Wolf with Jack Nicholson, and James Spader's in it playing like this shithead.
Yeah.
But Jack Nicholson's he's an editor for like a big house.
Okay.
But he's being like aged out by like James Spader's character. But he
He's
gets
not
bit
much
by a
younger.
wolf and he starts turning into a werewolf.
Oh, cool.
And like he
Is it an
ends up
older movie?
biting him and they like
What
end up
year is it from?
duking it
The
out.
90s?
Yeah.
It's a
Thing.
Cronenberg film?
No.
Oh.
It's
James
actually a
Spader
Mike
film.
Nichols film.
I don't know.
Who did The Graduate.
What's
with Dennis
The
Hopper?
Graduate?
Man, learn your film shit.
I don't know. I just watch crap.
Well,
Like, honest to goodness crap.
he
Not
did
cool
Who's
crap,
Afraid of
just
Virginia
crap.
Woolf with Elizabeth Taylor and Tim Burton. I mean, Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Richard
It's like
Burton.
a wish. Dude, that'd be
Yeah.
amazing. You know?
That'd be pretty cool.
Are you a Tim Burton fan? Do you like his stuff?
He's pretty cool. I mean, he's not like the most amazing person ever, but like, I think with certain things he did some really cool stuff.
One time I went and saw... What the fuck is it? Nightmare Before Christmas?
I think that's a really good movie.
I saw it in 3D, and we had, like, my wife and I had to go to, like, the outskirts of Toronto to see it. And then on the way back, we were taking the subway, and we were on this car all by ourselves. And these two skinheads came on and tried to intimidate me,
Wow.
which is weird. Because I
That
was
is
like,
weird.
I'm pretty white.
Yeah.
Shouldn't you leave me alone?
Yeah.
I don't know. That kind of soured Tim Burton for me.
Yeah.
I blame him for that.
I mean, I think he is speaking from like a very insulated white mentality, white privilege.
He's got some good movies, though. I don't know.
But I think he's a good artist. You know. I think Edward Scissorhands was amazing.
I think there's a lot of stuff that's really inspired by Tim Burton.
And I think it's so cool
That's
that
really cool.
like he did the Ed Wood movie. Like a lot of people, unless they're like weird movie nerds, like they're not gonna know who the fuck Ed Wood is.
Yeah.
Like the only reason, and I think I knew, but like it reminded me. I'm like, oh yeah, Ed Wood. Like he made a biopic about Ed Wood, somebody that like nobody gave a shit about.
Yeah.
Like
And he
nobody
gets
cared
Johnny
about
Depp to
Ed
do
Wood.
it.
He was like mediocre. He like died writing porn and like whatever, being a loser because he was a loser, but he was also really cool.
A lot of losers are really cool. At the end of the day.
You can only be really cool unless you're a loser. Just kidding.
No, not necessarily.
No,
but, like,
it's not true.
You have to be odd to stand apart. Do you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like in a like I don't know, odd people are typically losers.
Yeah, I would
And
agree
like
with that.
that's sad. Like I'm a loser.
I don't know. I think it's kind of cool to be like outside of society.
I work with these kids, and we all work this job where it's under the table, and they pay us cash, right? and they're like 22, and I don't know why they do it. Like, I get why I do it. I'm a loser out on the fringes of society. You know what I mean? So I don't want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have all my reasons about working a cash job. But these kids, I don't get it.
I mean, nobody wants to be a part of it. It's lame.
Yeah, no, for sure. But, like, it's different when you're 40 and when you're 20.
Yeah, well, when you're younger, you don't really think about what that's going to be like.
It's the consequences of being a loser
No,
on the fringes
you're just
of
like,
society.
I am living my truth, and that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, I'm getting old. This was not a good plan.
That's where I'm at right now. Yeah.
Oh, well.
Oh, well. I hope my wife
I
still
chose the
loves
path
me.
of the loser.
Yeah, exactly. I did choose the path of the loser.
I'm going to take another beer.
Yeah, please do.
You're a winner because you're giving me
Shitty beer?
mind-altering substances. So
Okay.
you're
enough.
a winner in my book.
Fair enough.
This is going to be very weird to watch.
Yeah, I would never want to watch it.
Well, somebody's going to watch it, I'm sure.
It's funny because it's just like a bunch of empty bullshit and a bench.
Yeah. I mean, we're really here.
We are really here.
Like, we should wave our hands like, hello.
Regard my plaid.
Yeah.
Right? I'm here.
Benoit thought he's like, wow, he's very warmly dressed for this weather.
Yeah, I don't really dress for summer. People have a problem.
Are you like hardcore grunge?
No, I just, it's a self-loathing thing.
You want to be warm? How is that self-loathing?
No, I'm so disgusted by myself that I can't bring myself to wear, like, anything other than long sleeves and pants when I go out.
Aww.
That's more it.
Wah.
I'm not trying to be sad. I'm
You
just
are
telling
sad.
you that, like, that's who I am.
You're
You know
being
what I mean?
so
Like,
sad.
But that's not what I want. You know what I mean? I don't want people to be sad for me. Fuck that.
Well, I'm sad.
That's
You
just...
succeeded in making me sad.
It's just, like, you get old and you don't like who you are.
And then
know
you
what I mean?
die.
And I don't know, it's weird, because, like, making art, it puts me in more contact with people who are, like, 20.
Mm. You look a lot like John Malkovich right now.
Okay.
I don't know why that is.
It's 'cause
That
I'm
is
white.
so weird.
But, like, just being,
No, don't
like,
look at me.
being in contact with... Look at that. Is that a midget? Or a
Oh my
fucking-
god.
Shit, that was a midget on a bike.
If you look like him when I'm like actually sober and I look at these, I'm gonna like lose my mind.
I won't, though.
Okay.
I'll look like some other fucking disgusting
Loser.
white person. Yeah.
Wow, all these festive bikes.
Yeah, right?
Festive. Very festive.
Very festive.
This is a festive city.
It's very
I didn't
festive.
even realize I was coming here on a festive occasion.
That's it,
Can you
too.
tell me the name and what it is?
Oh, it's the Fête de Saint Jean Baptiste.
What is?
don't-
Who is Saint John Baptiste?
He's the guy who baptized Jesus. Other side of that, I don't really know. I'm not
How
from here
does everybody know he baptized Jesus?
because it's a super Catholic society here. Like all the like if you swear in Quebec, like all their swears are like Catholic based. Like it's you're like taking a shit on the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
So their culture here is very based on the Catholicism. I don't really know where Saint Jean comes into it.
You're a shitty Canadian.
No, I grew up as an atheist. That's all.
Me too.
Really? Your
I mean,
parents were
my
like
parents
atheists?
say they're agnostic, but they're atheists.
My dad was a full-up atheist, and when he got married the second time, he was like, they're like, oh, there, sir, what do you put down for your religion on the like marriage card? And he's like, atheist. And they're like, yeah, you can't do that. He's like, well, just put whatever you want then. I don't care.
What do they put?
Catholic.
Ew.
Yeah, he's like he was like a big dissenter from the Catholicism too.
Lame.
Because he told me this story once, like his friend, because he hung out with these like I guess like farm kids again. I think he was a farm kid. So I hung out with this one farm, and the next farm over was where the Catholic Church sent nuns who got pregnant, which is obviously something they shouldn't be doing,
Right.
right? And he was like, well, that's a lie. And from there on in, he hated the Catholic Church.
Wow.
So then I grew up like, like atheist.
Yeah, my parents were checking my battery power.
No, that's cool. What do you get, like 10?
15%.
Oh, shit.
Um,
It's winding down.
yeah, I wasn't raised religious.
That's cool. I was ever, like...
It was weird growing up in Mexico, though, not raised religious, because I didn't really have any
I would think that I'd be
frame of
super
reference
crazy.
for, like, the, like, main imagery.
That also
of
seems
the
like a really
place.
religious, like, culture, too.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like,
right? Like, it's very,
it
like,
was
Catholic
so much.
there,
Well,
right?
and I was born on Christmas, like, literally.
Yeah, so, like,
Like,
you're,
I
like...
was like, why was Jesus born on Christmas? Why am I born on Christmas? Like, this doesn't make any sense. And I don't know who the fuck this Jesus guy is, but he's, like, jacking my birthday.
But you were jacking his.
I mean, depends how you look at it.
How many years did you grow up in Mexico?
12.
Really? That's super interesting to me.
Yeah, it's shaped me, for sure.
And then to become an American, too, right?
Yeah.
So you must feel apart from them?
Yeah, I feel like I'm always an alien anywhere I go.
I
fit in, but I
with
don't
that.
fit in.
I identify with that a lot. I was like, I like the alien aspect from people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
I think that's why we all love David Bowie.
because he was the ultimate alien?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was at this gay bar once, and this guy told me this story about how he saw Iman like 2 days before like David Bowie died, and he bought her he bought her like a drink or something like that. And he's like, just pay for her drinks. And like he didn't know that nobody knew that David Bowie was dying. He was just like, it's fucking Iman, and we're in a fucking bar, and I'm like, I'll pay for her meal, I'll pay for her drinks or whatever. So he did, and then like a week later, though, like the world found out that like David Bowie died, and I was like, that's a really like heartwarming story. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
crazy.
right?
Yeah.
Because then you unwittingly bought this woman whose husband is dying, like her drinks or her meal or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
And
like a last experience with somebody.
yeah, exactly. And it's like you
crazy.
bought, and it's like it's helping someone out in their, like this real time of need, and you
Yeah.
didn't even realize it. You did it for another
I've had
reason.
a lot of moments like that with people. I've had like weird. It's weird. Like it happens often with like Jesus freak guys. Like
yeah, you draw them
they're
in.
like they just like feel like I'm some kind of something. I don't know what.
You got that Virgin Mary quality
I
about
don't know.
you. Yeah?
And I'm like, I feel like their like confusion, and I feel more clarity about myself. That like there's not like a actual connection, but there's an interaction.
Yeah.
And I've had it on trains and planes. One guy, I actually made out with him on a train. But it was like super hot. Like I totally thought like golden Jesus energy was coming out of him.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was hot.
I think that'd be cool to make out with someone on a plane.
Anywhere, really. I mean, making out anywhere is awesome.
Yeah, it totally is. 100%.
But especially when it's unexpected.
But with a stranger in a plane, I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That's never happened.
I don't know how you do that in a plane, though. Like, I saw Choke, the movie of the Chuck Palahniuk book.
Yeah.
And the, like, plane sex seems so hot. But, like, really, like, those bathrooms are, like, disgusting and tiny. Like, how the fuck would you fuck in one of those? Like, unless you're, like, tiny, like, there's no way you can do it.
I also think of, like, how, like, do you negotiate that contract between two humans?
Well, yeah, how do you agree to do that?
I'm not that savvy. I'm not that really, I'm not. Like,
well, you gotta do it fast, too.
I'm a pretty good talker at the end of the day.
Because they're gonna, like,
yeah, exactly.
knock on the bathroom and be like, who's fucking in the bathroom?
But it's like, what, you're sitting beside this woman or man, and it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I want to fuck this dude or this lady. It's like, well, how do I get from, like, my seat to fucking this person in the bathroom to back of the seat?
You just gotta be hella confident.
That's what it is.
Sexy and confident.
Whole other world I don't know anything
Sexiness,
about
confidence, they will seal the deal. They will rule over reason of any kind. Because everybody is an animal, ultimately.
There's a policeman coming. They won't care, though. The great thing about energy drinks, I find, is nobody ever knows you're drinking booze outside anymore, right?
Oh, interesting.
Don't you think? Because they come in the same size can.
I hadn't thought about that.
And it's like crazy. I don't know. I think you can get away with drinking more because of that.
That makes sense, actually.
Right?
That makes a lot of sense.
But it could be because I'm Canadian and like nobody here cares if I drink outside.
Yeah, no, I notice it. I'm like seeing it. It's crazy.
It's nice. It's like
it's
liberal. Because when I went to New Orleans recently, I was like, oh, seriously?
Ultimately, it's such a stupid thing to worry about. Like, really, this is the hill you're gonna die on. Like,
well, and it's like at the end of the day, does it change anything if I drink 10 beers in the park, or if I drink 10 beers in a bar, and then go out and I'm like, oh, I hate society. I'm going to punch this guy in his face.
I mean, we're just, like, chilling.
Exactly. And I can drink 20 beers out here and not fight anybody.
Yeah.
But I could drink 8 beers in a fucking bar and get into a fight, no problem.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I think North America has its priorities kind of backwards. Drinking outside isn't a fucking problem.
No. That's not the problem.
And does it make our children any worse? No. Because, like, I grew up around, like, people drinking. I'm sure we all do. You know what I mean?
I think the issue is that people in general don't want to look at deeper social problems, so they want to look at the surface and just make
like
a
some
scapegoat
bullshit
of it.
thing. It's like, oh, no drinking on the streets.
I mean, ultimately, it's all Nazi Germany in some way, because somebody is saying this isn't a thing that's normal. Instead of like listening to
what society
is like a connective, communal activity. It's 100%. Not a decision that one person does. No. So it's like, are you not listening to the rest of? It's like, look at bees and like how like insects communicate. It's like telepathy.
Well, that's what it
is.
It's
you need to do it for the well-being of the group. That's the whole deal. Yeah. That is the whole contract of a society, is that you are doing it for the whole. Like, not that everybody is being a selfish fuck. Like, fine, be a selfish fuck, but, like, give something back. Like, do something.
Yeah, but I think that's our society nowadays. It's like, be a selfish fuck.
Yeah.
And try to take away as much from everybody else.
Well, I think that's the appeal of, like, Cap being, like, the star of the thing. Like,
that's what it is. That's the appeal of being rich.
Yeah.
I think.
But money isn't everything.
I'm not rich, so I don't know. I don't know. I often say that love is more important than being rich, but...
Of course. I think human connection.
You know, I'd much rather...
People die of, like, isolation.
I just think that I'd rather go home every night to a dump of an apartment if my wife loves me versus to go home to a really nice apartment or house
where she hates you,
where my wife hates me.
And you don't even know why you're living this life.
Yeah, right? Like, what's the point
like,
then?
what did I do? Like, what did I sign up for?
Yeah.
This is just
it's not worth
charade.
It then, you know?
Yeah. Deep stuff.
Deep stuff, man. Deep stuff in this park. Late at night.
Battery's getting low, so I feel like I should stop recording.
Alright, that's fine. We did an hour and 20 minutes. Plus all the bullshit of fucking around beforehand.
What's your, like, sign off?
I don't want to sign off, man.
Do a sign off.
I have nothing to say.
I don't either.
We had a good time. It was nice. I had a really good time sitting here and like. I don't know. I think we had a good time sitting out here in this stupid park drinking beer and
shitty beer.
Yeah. Well, what else are you gonna drink? The end result is the same.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What am I gonna sign off? Thanks for having me.
Like pimping yourself, like. Hey,
no,
check
I don't
me out
want to.
You're on Twitter.
I am on Twitter at OneLoveAsshole.
It's like the worst Twitter handle I've ever heard.
Really? Why do you say that?
It's just gross.
I stole it from graffiti.
I picture an anus.
Really?
I mean,
you know
really?
What?
It's called
what's funny?
Asshole.
I used to get like a lot of like when I was on like.
Are you like really?
I used to live like I started on Tumblr originally.
Nice.
And I would check my analytics on there, and it was always people from like Eastern Europe being like searching like asshole love.
Oh shit!
So I'd get all these like. And I was like,
I mean, what do you expect?
To me, it
with
was
that
funny.
Name?
I don't know. I don't care. Fuck that. I think it's like a real comment on like how people are.
Yeah, it definitely is.
And it's got a weird, stupid like. I like that it's got like a weird Rastafarian.
Yeah.
Kind of connotation.
It kind of made me hold off on talking to you, honestly, because I was like, I don't know who this guy is. But then, like, once I knew who you were, then I was like, oh, okay.
I think it actually, like, it's a great deterrent from a lot of people talking to me. And that's what I want. Like, I prefer that online. Like, Like, I don't
Total
like...
anonymity.
Well, no, I like that, like, only, like, the fucking strong come through. It's like, oh, I'm going to talk to this fucking
So am I the strong sperm?
Yeah, I think
I'm
so,
talking
at
to
the end
you?
of the day, for sure, because, like, a lot of people
That's
won't,
odd.
you know what
I'm
I
a
mean?
strong sperm.
Yeah. I wouldn't have said sperm, but, like, whatever, you know? But it's like, if I have a really confrontational online presence,
Yeah.
only certain people will, like, contact me,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So then I have, like, this, like, okay, well, I'll give you a shot then, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, versus, like, somebody who's, like, really kind online, they're going to have a ton of people coming, like, you know what I mean? They have, like, 10 times the amount of people. Like, I might get 4 in, like, a year of people who are going to
Alright,
talk
so
to me.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, who cares?
Pimp your shit.
Yeah, I wrote a
Welfare.
book called Welfare. You buy it from Tyrant Books, please.
And you're writing something new? I'm sure.
Yeah. I wrote another book called Classic Shitheads. I don't know if it'll ever work, though.
Okay, so somebody else can steal your idea now.
No, it's been out there. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
I've talked about it.
All
You're going to
right,
write a
then.
book called Classic Shitheads.
Yep, that's what I'm going to do right now.
Nobody's going to do that.
Alright, I guess I'm going to just keep sitting in this park and drinking. Bye,
I'll hang
guys.
out with it.